Hey Pookie, welcome back to Queen Vibe TV. It's your girl DJ Queen Celine. I'm so excited to share with you all episode 2 titled For the Love of Music with DJ Prymtime, a big special guest. Thank you so much Prymtime for coming through. Don't forget to like, share, and follow. Drop some questions for any future DJs that we may have or for Prymtime. Let us know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Talk to you later. Bye. What's up, everybody? It's your girl DJ Queen Celine here at Queen Vibe TV. We are in the mix, and I'm so excited because we have a big special guest, and our episode title today is For the Love of Music. Okay, I don't even know what to do, honestly, to introduce this person. Like, don't say anything. I don't even know how to introduce him. I mean, FC DJ, Bengals DJ, what else? Nostalgia nights, just all over the world. Like, give it up for DJ Prymtime, guys. Like,
thank you.
This is big. I'm waiting for claps, and there's no studio audience yet, but it's fine.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's an honor for me to be here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so for the people that don't know DJ Prymtime, like, can you give us a synopsis of like who you are? Like, for the people that don't know your history and where you come from, and just yourself as a DJ.
Yeah, well, again, I'm Prymtime. I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
Cincinnati is home for me now. I've been here for about 10 and a half years, been in Cincinnati. Moved up here for my kids. And like you said, I DJ pretty much anywhere and everywhere in Cincinnati. You know, like I really do. I am the official DJ for the Cincinnati Bengals, for FC Cincinnati. I also DJ for the Cincinnati Reds also. I also DJ with Xavier University men's basketball. So yeah, I'm a little bit of everywhere. And then you can catch me pretty much at any and every local nightclub and bar around the city. I'll probably DJ there at some point in some time.
That's what I'm saying. You see I like ran out because I was like, what hasn't he done? It's just crazy. Is there any like other venues that are your favorite?
Nostalgia holds like a very close place, like in my heart. Like,
I feel that. And you know why? Because the first time I saw you actually perform like a full set was at Nostalgia. Yeah. And it was like, I don't think I've ever told you this, but it literally felt like, and I think this just comes from your showmanship as a DJ, it felt like an experience. It wasn't just you know what I mean? Like you'll see people just DJing.
Just step or DJing, yeah.
But yeah, you're literally channeling people with not only the music, but you're talking to people. You did it for my birthday.
Yep, I did that. That was so recently.
Special.
Yep, it was recently.
He was like, yeah, Queen Celine's birthday.
I just like any venue where they let you do what you want to do there. They don't hold you back and there's no restraints.
Yeah.
A lot of venues, which I run into this problem a lot, well, I have run into it a lot, is that they restrain you. Yeah. You know, they don't really let you do what you want to do as a DJ. And I guess that's part of the growing pain is learning how to be able to do both. Sometimes you're able to do what you want to do, and then sometimes you can't do what you want to do, but you still got to throw a party. You still got to entertain people. Sure. So I try to give people that experience anywhere I'm at, but by far, Nostalgia makes me feel most comfortable doing that there. Yeah.
If you haven't been, y'all, a Thursday at Nostalgia, immaculate. Like, it's a whole nother type of vibe.
It's fun. It's a good time. It really is. It's a really good time. I mean, I like it also because we start at 8 o'clock, we end at midnight. So it's like, get your party in early, you go home, you got to go to work on Friday morning. You can still make it to, well, it depends on how much you drink there, but you might you might make it to work on time,
Yes, and I love it. The staff is great there. And it's very intimate. Like, make sure if you go, you reserve your tables and stuff. It's great for a birthday. Yeah. Like I said, I popped in there for my birthday, and it just was, I knew when Prymtime was in there, like, it was going to be a good time. Yeah. So I appreciate you for that. I don't think you understand. Like, that made my birthday.
Well, like you said, it's an experience. So I always keep that in mind because, you know, people spend money to go out, and a lot of people, they don't go out that often, and they're not, for us as DJs, we're out pretty much every night.
Yeah.
So it becomes regular for us. But, people plan for that. So
Yeah.
it's every night. Even when I'm not in the best mood, I still got to get up there and put on a show because that's what we're there to do, to entertain people and
That's
to
real.
like really give people that experience. So
That's real. When you're not feeling good, like
yeah.
that's why I was just talking to him before, like off camera. Like when I'm up there hungry, that's like that's a push pain for me.
Yeah.
If you're up there starving or just like you're getting over a cold or something,
Yep.
like that's a different type of push. Like what type of advice would you give somebody that's like trying to, I don't know, kind of like push through an event when they're not feeling too well?
Again, what I said before was like, we're entertainers.
Yeah.
Like that's our job. That's what they're paying us to do,
Yeah.
is to be entertainers. A lot of people don't look at DJs that way. I think that also is what separates DJs, is the people that just get up there and DJ, and then the people that get up there and actually entertain. For me, I always take it as like, again, I'm at nostalgia per se. I always think about if there's a band up there, like they're playing songs, but in between songs they're talking to people, they're engaging the crowd,
Yeah.
they're doing that. That's what bands do.
Yeah.
So I approach it the same way.
Yeah.
A lot of DJs are afraid to talk on the mic, and I trust me, I was the same way. Like
Yeah.
when growing up as a kid, like I used to be like the socially awkward kid. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Like
You're lying.
and even now, I'm like, if I'm at home, like
Yeah.
I'm a homebody. Like
Really?
if I don't have to be around people, I won't be around people. But I know how to flip the switch also.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between like Prymtime and then whatever my government name is. There's a
Okay.
difference.
Right,
Like it's
yeah.
two different people to me. So
That's real. Because I would have never guessed that, like the way I see you interact with the crowd. And that's one of the things I admired, I think, just watching you and like DJs like Bandcamp, because that experience levels up when you're actually interacting with the audience. And so like watching y'all, I'm like, okay, I have to figure out a way to tap into that.
to do the same
Because
thing.
fun fact, I used to work at Kings Island Amusement Park when I was a teen,
Okay.
but they always had me on the microphone. But
Yeah.
I also was just like you, like very socially.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be on the microphone, but I was spitting them prices like, hey,
yeah.
come give it a try.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, lock into that type of energy.
Yeah.
But it's so real. Like you see people's face light up when you're interacting with them.
Yeah.
Like it just levels up the whole
It does.
performance.
And that's how you keep a crowd also.
Yeah.
Because again, on those nights where I'm kind of not feeling it and it takes me a little while to warm up,
Yeah.
you can see people walk in and they're feeling the music,
Yeah.
and then they're like, all right, well, I've heard, I've had a couple drinks,
Yeah.
and then they'll leave.
Yeah.
But once you start really engaging with the crowd, that's when people stick around. That's when people, I'm the type of person. It's like if it's a birthday at a venue, I'm like, shout out to the birthday people. I'll find a birthday table. If it's a few friends, I'll get them a drink or get them a shot. Like that's really engaging with everybody,
Yeah.
and it and even for the people who are not there celebrating that birthday, then they start saying happy birthday to the person, and then they, hey, do you want a drink, and that type of thing.
Yeah. That experience, it's just immaculate. Where does that channel from? Like, did you watch anybody do that, or did that just kind of come natural?
I did. You spoke of him already with Bandcamp. So
Okay.
yeah, so DJ Bandcamp he's really my mentor in the whole DJ game. As far as like his style of DJing, again, like you said, like the way he talks and works on the mic, and even as far as like the business side of it and the career side of it, he mentored me through like the entire thing. So, but DJs like him, Bandcamp, there's another DJ out of Miami, Don Hot.
Okay.
Don Hot his mic work is really, really, really good,
Okay.
and I think. If you ask Don, he'd probably tell you he really doesn't even mix songs.
Oh, wow.
He's so good at what he does, like
Yeah.
very specific at what he does, and it's an experience. So also, like back in the day, I don't know if DJ HD even DJs anymore, but HD was the same way.
Yeah, for
HD
sure.
was the same way.
Yeah.
Really good at engaging the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've seen
again,
them
it's just
work too,
watching
yeah.
those people and. Just being around them and just taking a little bit from everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. And then turning it into what I do.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that, because that's why I'm like, that's why I wanted you to know that you inspired me as well. So
That's
it
dope.
trickled
That's
down,
dope.
because I was
that's
like,
dope. Yeah.
when I first saw you, I think you played like Beyonce or something. That was it for me. Actually, the very first time I met you, I always like to give little stories about how, because you might not even remember this.
Probably not.
But at Elements, so I was in my learning phase. Like,
Okay.
it was very early on.
Yeah.
I wasn't even Queen Celine. I didn't even have a name at that point.
Yeah.
But April had you come in, DJ April Rain, and you were teaching about wordplay.
Yep.
And, you know, as an English teacher, that fascinated me. And I forgot what you did. It was some sort of wordplay, but I was sold. Like, you did something crazy with some words.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm locked in. Like, that is so dope.
Yeah.
So just little stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you ever see yourself, like, teaching or, like, teaching your kiddos to DJ? Like,
if that's what they wanted to do, then I would definitely teach them. Again, I'm not really a people person. Like, I know I know it might sound
like
crazy
so
because of like my persona as Prymtime.
Yeah.
But just in general, I'm just not like a huge people person.
Okay.
It's just not my personality.
Yeah.
I could definitely see myself doing it because I think it's important for me. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to set the bar for DJs, especially in Cincinnati and in this like local area. So even if I'm not teaching directly, like I am really setting the bar for these DJs in these venues as far as like pay goes, our expectations, and like our importance.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to like stress our importance to these promoters and like owners, like how important like your entertainment is.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not teaching directly, but it's kind of setting the bar for the up and coming DJ. So when they come into these venues, like the expectation is different.
Yeah.
Because a problem that I'm running into, and I think a lot of DJs are running into, is that our pay has been the same for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
The prices of everything else is going up. You know, bottles are selling for more money. The drinks are cost a lot more money.
Seriously.
And our pay stays the same.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm trying to do. So maybe not directly teaching like the skill of DJing, but I think when it's all said and done for me, like my legacy is going to be like, Prime really put the work in for like a lot of these upcoming DJs so that their experience DJing is better than like my up and coming experience was.
Dope. Yeah, I love that, and I really think you're doing that. I feel like yourself and all the other big, I can't even think of them. There's so many DJs in Cincinnati that are just amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
it's true. Our market is crazy.
Honestly, and that's really what had me locked in when I saw you and some other DJs perform. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, like, I really have to get going at the craft, like, and just to respect the craft of being a DJ itself and not just going out there and playing around because I saw how passionate everyone in the city was about it. And that just inspired me to like do the same. So I love that. I really do.
But speaking on that, because I do want to, I like to give people their flowers, and I like to give people their flowers. And you were saying we have like a lot of local talent. Like we have so much local talent. And again, that's where I learned like the skill of DJing. When I first moved to Cincinnati, I was just DJing on a controller at the time. And I just started reaching out to DJs. Hey, I'm Prymtime. Like, I just moved up here. You know, I'm just kind of looking for, you know, like a opportunity type thing. DJ Johnny B, shout out to Johnny B, gave me my first opportunity in Cincinnati. When I first met him, he invited me out to a gig. I brought my controller with me. He said, respectfully, I'm going to let you set your controller up. He said, but these are turntables. And if you want to be a DJ in Cincinnati, you need to learn how to use these.
Oh, wow.
So a week later, I went and bought some turntables. It's Pioneer PLX, like 500.
Okay.
So I went out and bought those. I bought a mixer. And I was just in my basement, just learning on YouTube, learning different skills, just like learn how to scratch. I mean, I knew how to mix two songs together. But I didn't really know like the actual craft and the skill. And then I started getting around a lot of these local DJs that, like you said, like you heard me do some things that like kind of blew your mind. I started hearing things that they were doing, and I was like, okay, I need to get better. So like DJ Combat was one we used to do a Monday night at on the levee, the bowling alley. And
Okay.
it was basically like a DJ meetup.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was an actual Monday night that used to be packed every Monday, but a lot of DJs came out, and Combat would pretty much have open turntables.
Oh, wow.
So we would all everybody would meet up, and I would go every Monday. And again, I first just started to sit back and just watch and listen, and like, okay, I got to get better at that. I got to get better at that. I know what to practice. I know what to work on. And then I ended up meeting Bandcamp again, who's mentored me through pretty much all of this. And Camp is very hard worker, does a lot, had the really big name.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't know is Bandcamp's a very good DJ.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very,
He's really
very,
good.
very, very good. Like technically and skill wise, like very good. And then like a lot of the guys that set the bar for me, Busy and I mean even like Master Fresh, Ghost.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm leaving out anybody's name. I know there's plenty of them.
No, yeah,
but
there's a lot of them.
That just tells you how many good DJs we have. There's just so many. So
yeah.
I don't even know what we're talking about, but I just feel like I needed to get that. I feel like I needed to say that because the point that I've gotten to in my DJ career, it wouldn't be possible without these guys really setting the bar, really, really setting the bar like very high for me to be good at what I do.
Yeah, I agree. And you did the same for me, believe it or not.
So I'm not finished giving my flowers yet. So
it trickled down.
But again, that's starting to trickle down.
Yeah.
We had the conversation about elements.
Yes.
And what DJ April Rain is doing. And it's teaching the craft. And so many people have come out of elements.
Yes.
Radi.
Yes.
DJ Big Baby. Just so many of the younger up and coming DJs come out of elements. And that's April going out of her way to give back to people and to teach. And I think that's maybe what I was talking about is like the teaching part.
Yeah,
maybe,
the teaching part and how it like trickles down. The
yeah.
people that inspire the community. I think that's the big part of Cincinnati. Like it's just such a big community. Like if you really lock in, there's a lot of people that are willing to help you, which is,
for sure.
I feel like is rare. Like everyone's kind of in the DJ world more so for themselves. But like if you really lock into the people that have been here, the veteran DJs, they're more than willing to help you, which I love so much because I would not be DJ Queen Celine. And a lot of y'all know who you are that helped me get to where I am. Yes.
There's a lot of competition in the city too.
Yes,
there's a lot of egos, but I think that's what I mean in anything that you do, and it makes it fun. But anything that you do, there's going to be competition. Competition again, it just makes you better. Like if I go out here and somebody that's better than me, it's like I got to go put some work in. Like I might be getting too content.
I gotta go to work. That's so true. Yeah. What do you love most about being a DJ?
I would say it's like the relationships that I've built. I keep my circle very, very small. Yeah. But I've met so many really dope people, so many dope creatives and artists, and I mean even down the bar staff, owners, promoters, and now that I'm in the professional world of DJing, quote unquote professional world.
You are up there.
But it's meeting those corporate relationships and there's not too many places I could go in the city where somebody doesn't know who I am. And as humble as I can put that, like it's a benefit to me. Like I can call a restaurant and be like, "Hey, I need you to
on that status.
I need you to fit me in."
Hey, Jeff Rubies, this is prime time. Yeah, go ahead and hold that back table for me, my favorite, and get that wine going. I see you. Okay, go ahead.
But so this is the relationships. It's for sure because I didn't get to this point without other people helping, and I got some really dope friends too that are doing some really dope things. Yeah. You know, like I always think about it like if we sit at a table together, like I want everybody else around me to be doing a lot better than me. And then so funny story. When I first got the FC Cincinnati job, don't know, maybe I can tell you that story too, but how I got it. But when I first got that job, I told Rico Grant, that owns Love and that owns Cinnamon.
Yeah.
I told him about it, and this is why I love Rico.
Yeah,
His response to it was, "Okay, that's cool, but what's next?"
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love
That's
that.
why I was
love
like,
that. Yeah,
that's the energy that I need. Like, that's the energy I need.
No, for
because
real.
I was thanking him because he was a integral part of me getting that job, and so I was thanking him for it. And his response was, "That's cool, but
Oh,
what's
wow.
next?"
Ooh.
So it's just having like meeting those type of people is what I
Yeah.
really love about DJing. And then
Yeah.
of course the people that I'm DJing for, that I'm entertaining, like we were talking about, like those experiences that we're able to give people as
Yeah.
DJs, like that's what really makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Like that really makes it worth it. Like it
Right.
makes me feel good. Like when I see a group of people get up and start dancing, and somebody come request a song, and I intentionally I won't play it for like quite a long
Right.
time,
Yeah.
just so they'll be like, he ain't gonna ever play that song.
Yeah.
And then I end up playing it, and they go crazy.
Yeah.
Like those type of experiences. That's what I really enjoy about DJing.
Oh, yeah. So you do take requests. I always ask the DJs this because I'm intrigued.
I listen.
Okay.
I will listen to the request.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will listen to the request. If it makes sense, I'll play it. But if it
Okay.
doesn't make sense, I'll respectfully decline
Yeah,
the
it's
request.
like, I'm so
this
sorry.
is not the
We
place or the
cannot
time for
play
that. Yeah.
Taylor Swift in this R&B space.
Yeah.
I've done it to a point though where I'm just like, let me try and flip this, and sometimes it works.
Sometimes it works.
It's like scary to do that.
Yeah.
But on the other side,
I mean, even at
sometimes...
R&B night, I played Bad Bunny at
Did
R&B
you?
night. Yeah. And you'd be surprised at the reaction that people.
I'm sure people were like,
yeah.
oh,
Or you play like Gasolina or something like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and you'd be
yeah.
surprised.
They
like,
wouldn't even expect it. So
No.
it's like,
you'd be surprised.
nobody knows. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's crazy. So you know what I'm gonna ask next? Everybody wants to know, how did you get basically all of Cincinnati under your belts? You got FC. I saw you on the Reds with your jersey on.
Yep.
You got that nice Bengals jacket. I know you know what I'm talking about. I seen
Yep.
it. It was a nice leather one or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you wear that today? He
Because
said
they
no
lost.
flexing.
Because they lost.
Dang.
They lost.
Oh gosh.
Next season, I'll put it back on
Right.
next season. Yeah.
But yeah.
So the sports thing, it starts with DJ Bandcamp. Bandcamp has been DJing with the Pacers, I want to say probably 10 years now.
Oh wow. That's a long time.
Yeah, if it's not 10 years, it's getting close to like 10 years.
They
He's
need
been
to
there
give him
for,
tenure.
I know, right?
Retirement
They're going to
fund.
retire his jersey, put it in the rafters.
Yeah, for sure.
But so again, so when I started DJing, also this is good advice for up and coming DJs, is when I started DJing, I put myself around the people that I wanted to be like, or what they were doing is what I saw myself wanting to do.
Yeah.
Because of course, when I was first DJing, I wasn't full time. I had a day job, and one day I was like, I'm putting my 2-week notice in. Like I'm just gonna go and when I did that, I basically would hit up Bandcamp all the time. Like, what are you doing? Where are you gonna be? I would shadow him. I would go with him. So I started going to I would go to the Pacers games with him.
Okay.
Just to get a vibe of like what the job actually was, what it entailed. I started to learn the language from like the headsets, hearing the producers, start to see the script, what the script meant, how to read a script. Because in sports, we have it's all entertainment. So the majority of what you see in sports as far as entertainment is all scripted.
Okay.
We have a producer, we have a director, and we have a whole team that they plan that out weeks ahead of time.
Oh wow. Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah. So when I was following him around with the Pacers, again, I was just kind of get an idea of what, again, like the career and business and the longevity in DJing. I was trying to get that sense of it. And Rico, matter of fact, one day called me and said, hey, Juneteenth is this coming week. well, let's do a block party. I was like, okay. I was like, where are we going to do it at? He was like, I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. He hits me back a few hours later. He says, we're going to do it at Revel. He's like, how about this? I'm going to put you on the rooftop at Revel.
I remember that.
Yes. So the crowd was in the parking lot across the street. I was on the rooftop across the street DJing down to the crowd. That didn't work out the way we thought it was going to work out. So halfway during it, I ended up packing up all my stuff, moving down to the parking lot. But I ended up meeting a guy there. We call him Tommy G. Tommy G he's the voice of FC Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
So I ended up meeting him and his family. They came down for the Juneteenth celebration.
Oh, wow.
I ended up meeting him there. I don't know if we exchanged numbers, but we just had a conversation, that type of thing, right?
Talk about perfect alignment.
Right. So then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So when COVID happened, again, I was DJing full time. So for me, it was a blessing in disguise because it really gave me time to sit down and really come up with a plan of how I was going to really capitalize or again, make this my lifelong job, because at the time I was doing gigs, I was getting paid, I was paying my bills, but it's like, how do I really get into it? And FC Cincinnati at the time, FC Cincinnati is our soccer team, by the way. They were building a new stadium. Yeah. And they had a DJ, and I was just like, well, what if, So I asked Rico to connect me with Tommy G. Okay. And it just so happened at that time that the previous director left FC Cincinnati, and they brought a new director in. This director, his name was Scott Smoot. He is the director for the WWE. Oh, wow. The WWE was on break at the time. They couldn't travel, so they didn't need any entertainment. Oh, okay. And so he came into FC Cincinnati. Crazier part even about that he was only there for 2 weeks.
Oh, my God.
In that 2 weeks, he hired me for the job. So I got that job. Yep, got that job. And so I've been there now. This will be my 4th year with FC Cincinnati.
Wow, it's been 4 years.
Yep, it's been 4 years. Yep. So from that, but I think what impressed them the most is because, again, I prepared myself for that moment. Yeah. So we did some rehearsals, and I think they thought that they were going to have to teach me things.
But you were already
and prepped. I was already, I literally already knew everything about it. Oh, wow. Yeah. So I started doing that. The Reds had reached out to me. I DJ'd for them once about 3 years ago, right after COVID ended. I DJ'd for them once, and then 2 years ago, the Bengals. I just woke up one day and had an email from them. Yep. So they reached out to me.
That would have been I would have been.
I interviewed with them. We did a rehearsal. They called me back the next day and offered me the job. Oh my gosh. And so that's how I got in with them. And then with the Reds this past season, I got an email from them also.
Goodness.
So this past season for the Reds was kind of my first full year with them. Yeah. I didn't do every game. It's impossible. They have so many games. It's just impossible for me to do it. But they featured me a lot this past season. Yeah. I also DJ'd the Reds Fest this past December, I believe it was. DJ'd and hosted for Reds Fest. Yeah, so that's how I got into sports. And I also do Xavier basketball. That's really band camp's gig, but camp is so busy. But camp is so busy that, I think probably this year we've probably done half and half of the schedule. So the sports is fun though. Yeah. But it's not a lot of actual DJing. Okay. It's more music programming than I would say actual DJing. Yeah. Sports is... And every sport is different. Yeah. For instance, soccer is a very international sport. Most of the players, or a lot of the players, I should say, are not from the United States. Yeah. From different countries, and then a lot of the fans are from different places. So my music programming there is a lot more international. It's a lot of reggaeton. It's a lot of, we have players from Africa and from Europe. So it's a lot of a mix of a lot of different things. Yeah. Which is the complete opposite of like football, like American football. American football is a lot of classic rock, a lot of EDM, a lot of rap music, but more so like older, early 2000s, mid 2000s rap music, just because of the demographic of the fan.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I was just explaining this to somebody because they were asking me about the music at the Bengals games. Yeah. And once I broke that down to them, they're like, okay, that makes sense. Like, it actually makes sense like to why, that makes sense to why you play the music that you play to. Because it's not, when you go to a game, like a Bengals game, there's 65,000 people there that I have to play music for. Like, just because you and your friends want to listen to like
it's
Sexy
not a playlist,
Red, like I want to hear Sexy Red, like that's
there's children there.
There's also 65,000 other people there that don't know who Sexy Red is.
Right.
So
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. I think they're fun. I like the game's music. As long as it's like it's supposed to be hype. It's supposed to be hype,
like upbeat. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, if y'all ever need a girl to fill in, I've only done high school games so far.
That's a good start, though. It really is. It's a good start. It really is a good start. Yeah. I mean, however you can get your foot in is how you get your foot in. So it's all
It's a good time. Mm-hmm. I love sports in general. Hey guys. It's DJ Queen Celine here. You're probably wondering why I'm whispering. That's because I heard if you whisper, people will listen to you. So I'm whispering because I really need you to subscribe, share. Ooh, this is hard for me to whisper, sorry. I need you to like, share, and subscribe to as many people as you can. Queen Vibe TV, so you can see all the episodes and follow the team and get a part of the family. I'm so excited to have you here. Enjoy the episode. See you. Bye. So, what's next for DJ Prymtime? What's next on your goal list, if you want to share?
What's next? I don't like talking about what's next. I don't like talking about what's next. I'm kind of the person that's like, I'd rather put the work in, and when you see it, you see it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like announcing things. Like, even when I got, or I like announcing it, I just don't like telling people about it. I kind of like it to happen first.
Flow out, yeah.
Because I don't want to jinx myself. I guess you can call it like superstition.
I
don't want to like jinx it.
Yeah.
So, but
you don't want people all up in your business.
But I'll tell you this, I'm always working on something. Oh. I'm always working on something. So hopefully here soon there'll be another announcement about something else coming. Yeah,
you've heard it here exclusively.
Yeah. I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
That's perfect. Yeah. We'll just do a premiere episode. What advice would you give any like new DJ coming up, or like someone that's interested in coming into DJing? Like just like one piece of advice you would give them coming into the game?
The preparation part of it, just being prepared.
Yeah.
For whatever you want to do there's a lot of different options as far as DJs go. Mm-hmm. Wedding DJs, mobile DJs, sports DJs, club DJs, bar DJs. But whatever you want to do, like just being prepared for it. Yeah. You know, finding somebody that can mentor you or that you can be around that's doing that same thing. Being around a lot, I say that's one thing that I did. I probably got on Bandcamp's nerves because I was probably hitting them up. I was
this kid.
I was like, I'll pull up to your house. We'll just ride to Indy together. Like, so I was doing a lot of that. Finding somebody again, and then preparing yourself because you never know when you'll get that phone call.
Yeah.
Like, hey, last minute, I need a DJ for this, and just being prepared for that.
Yeah, for sure. I think you gave me that advice one time too, and I've never been the same since. So thank you for that. So I'm going to do this. I've never done this before on this. Obviously, this is the second episode. I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. Okay. So you're just going to answer them as fast as you want to. You don't have to like,
okay.
It's not a game show.
I got you.
There's no prize, but you are the prize Prymtime. Remember that. So let's start. You ready?
Yep.
Favorite album ever?
Ooh, Amy Winehouse, Back to Black.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were an Amy Winehouse boy. Okay.
I'm a jazz fan.
Okay, period. Yes. Favorite new artist or new song out right now?
New artist. Only because it's fresh on my mind, 21 Savage, just because he just dropped a new album and I've been listening to it. I don't really like a lot of the new, I'm sorry, but I don't like a lot of the new music. I really don't.
I'm right there with you. I'm sorry.
I do like 21. I think he's like the best out of that new crop of rappers. Yeah.
I like 21. Yeah. Favorite genre to spin? I think you kind of answered that.
R&B.
Okay.
Yeah. R&B.
We could have guessed that. Favorite gig of all time, like one special event that you can think of that you were like, oh, this is it. This is my time.
Juneteenth block party, Blues Noir.
Yeah.
Every year.
It's such a good time.
It just gets bigger and better. And
even if you just go, it's such a good time.
It's fun.
Favorite piece of DJ gear you recently purchased or that you use all the time?
The Rain One. Oh, this is not gonna be rapid fire because I'm kind of passionate about this.
Okay.
Because I am passionate about this. Because the old school way of DJing used to be 2 turntables and a mixer.
Yes.
A lot of the old school DJs are having a hard time transitioning into the new equipment.
Yes.
I'm embracing it fully, and I don't care what anybody thinks about it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's fine. It's
you can have
fine.
your judgment about it, but I love my controller. It's super convenient. It works for me. Yep.
Because I was the same way. Like, I love my turntables so bad once I got lashed on, but once I got my Rain One, it's just easier to transport.
I can do the same thing. Yep.
Right.
And I can do the same thing. Yep.
It gets down, okay? It don't play. Okay, this one's a weird one, but you might not have this. Most embarrassing moment as a DJ, or if you don't have any of those, if you're perfect prime time, what's your proudest moment?
Most embarrassing moment. Playing an explicit song at a stadium in front of kids.
Oh, no, the children.
That said, the edit said that it was clean, and it was not.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I
would have cried.
Just replayed the intro and just acted like it didn't happen.
The poor children. They're probably scarred prime time. No, I'm just joking. Whoops.
As long as I've been DJing sports games, it's only happened one time, and it happened this past soccer season. It happened. Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
I'm sure they heard worse in school.
Can I get my proudest moment also?
Of course.
Proudest moment. So I have kids.
Yeah. And tell them about the children. I think I forgot to ask.
Yeah, I have kids. So with DJing, you don't get to really just share your career with the kids. My kids aren't old enough to be getting clubs and bars.
Oh.
So, but with doing sports, they're able to go to games and see me. So my proudest moment is when I first got hired for the Bengals. I called my direct contact with the Bengals and said, hey, would it be okay if I brought my kids down to the stadium? Oh, yeah. He said, absolutely, anytime, just let me know. So I brought him down there and took my son out to the field, got threw football with him, like on the Bengals field. That's really dope because I remember growing up, my favorite sports teams, I never even got to go to the games or anything. So my kids, they're spoiled. They don't know it. And it's okay, though, because that's what I work hard for. Yeah. So I enjoy spoiling them that way. Yeah. So they've seen me DJ games, and just that's my proudest moment as a DJ.
And that I don't know if y'all saw that little costume. I don't know which child had that on. The DJ.
Oh, that's
costume.
My youngest. Yeah, he was a DJ for Halloween.
I was like, okay, there's the DJ in the family. We see you.
My youngest. My youngest was the DJ for Halloween this past year.
Oh, it was so cute.
Yeah.
I loved it. That's dope, though. We love that prime time. I just want to say thank you for coming and sharing your entire story. Like, it's just immaculate. You're an immaculate person.
I appreciate you for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you. And make sure that y'all like, subscribe, comment, follow, all of that.
Wow. Prime time. Take them to church. That's my favorite drop. We forgot to talk about that. Shout out to Flatface.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Flatface for that drop.
For the drop. We're hitting you up for drops, Flatface next. But yes, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And you'll have to drop in the comments some more questions. Maybe we'll have Prime Time back, or let us know who we should interview next. I mean, tap in, lock in, share. Okay? All right. This is DJ Queen Celine. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.